Hello, good morning, ma'am. Ashwini ma'am, good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग.
हा थोडं 5 मिनिटं थांबूयात कारण
नक्की नक्की.
टीचर्स जॉईन करताय सॉरी स्टुडंट्स जॉईन करतायत म्हणून. हां
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लेम नो प्रॉब्लेम, आय एम
ओके
ऑनलाईन.
ओके मॅम थँक्यू मॅम थँक्यू.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal Ma'am, esteemed faculty members, our distinguished resource person, Dr. Ashwini Karwande, members of the research committee, and my dear students, a very warm welcome to all of you. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the day 6 of Information Literacy Program organized by the Research Committee of St. Andrews College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Today's session is on data collection tools and sampling, two fundamental aspects of the research process. Choosing the right tools for collecting data, selecting an appropriate sample are essential for ensuring that research findings are accurate, reliable, and meaningful. To help us understand this topic better, we are honored to have with us Dr. Ashwini Karwande ma'am. Ma'am completed her master's in library and information science, qualified NET with JRF, and earned her PhD in library science in 2020. She is not from the library science. She is from. We apologize for the inconvenience, ma'am. I'll just start with the introduction again. Professor Ashwini Karwande holds a PhD degree in education from the University of Mumbai, along with qualifications MSc in Mathematics, MEd, and postgraduate diploma in Management of Education. Ma'am has over 25 years of teaching experience, beginning her career as a maths teacher and transitioning to higher education. Since 2005, ma'am has been teaching postgraduate courses including ML, MPhil, ME Education, EGDME, pre-PhD, and certificate course of research methodology at the University of Mumbai. Ma'am has supervised 10 PhD scholars and is guiding 8 PhD scholars at present. Additionally, ma'am has supervised 8 MPhil and over 75 MA dissertations in diverse research areas such as constructivist approach, metacognition, blended learning, academic procrastination, and mathematics anxiety. Ma'am has published over 3 books and 60 research papers in reputed journals. Ma'am has developed learning materials for distance education at Mumbai and SNDT universities and designed courses for University of Mumbai's Moodle LMS. At present, ma'am is the chairperson of Board of Studies in Education at University of Mumbai, a member of the Academic Council and Research Recognition Committee, and IQAC coordinator for the Department of Education. Ma'am has contributed to various state level roles, including serving as a chief moderator for government conducted competitive exams and as a member of the LIC and affiliation committees at the University of Mumbai. Ma'am, we sincerely thank you for accepting our invitation. We are confident that your expertise and experience will make today's session insightful and enriching for all of us. Without taking much of your valuable time, I now invite Dr. Ashwini Karwande to take over the session. Thank you, ma'am. The stage is all yours.
Uh, Morning, and thank you for this small and lovely introduction. And I'm honored to do the presentation for your field project and the students research seminar sessions based on the fundamentals of research, and the topic which is given to me is data collection tools and sampling. And I would like to share my presentation. I request you to make me host. If you do that, it will be easy for me to share the presentation. Can I, can you see the?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible and your screen is visible as well. Thank you, ma'am.
So, so I would like to begin with this activity, and I would like to all of you to log in into this puzzle, and I would like to show you this again. Either you can use this QR code or 20 code or link. Let me go to my presentations.
Dear teachers, requesting you kindly encourage the students to please scan the QR code or join using the code given on the slide. Thank you. Please encourage the students to do so.
Okay. Students are responding out of 16, 17, 19. Can you see the 20 code is also? Yes. Okay, so I can see that out of 66, uh, most of you have given the preference for the chocolate flavor, and which is very, I can understand, which is very common and which is very most favorite for the teenagers. They love chocolates. Okay, but it's my experience as you grow more older, this chocolate preference will switch to another out of these new flavors. But yes, of course, yes, I can see the lots of likes and sorry, thumbs ups, and many are participating, but the number is not 94 that I can see. Yeah, good, good. Okay, okay. So my next question moves. Now I'll move to the next slide. Still, you are responding. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh my God. There is a spelling mistake of strawberries. It's not strawberries. Fine. Okay, wonderful. So I request to. Okay, fine. Yes. Can you see the screen? But
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible, ma'am.
which screen? That is ice cream wala free screen or the
No,
Mentimeter?
ma'am. It's showing the QR code, Menti code, and link screen. Ma'am.
Okay. I'll go to the screen which I am actually seeing here. Wait. Can you see now the screen? No, anyway. Where to go? See, show you the results. Okay, now these are the results that I can see, and you can also see right now. Organizers, is it the same that you can see the results?
Yes, ma'am, it's
So I
visible.
got this is the entire contribution or whatever you responded to the question, which ice cream flavor you like the most. And I got the response in this way for vanilla. This only 15 for chocolate. There are 78. Strawberry 5, butterscotch 19, blackcurrant 4, and mango 12. Wonderful. Now let us move to the next question. And out of 140, I got these responses. Can you see my next question? Wait a minute. Exactly. Okay, shoe brands preferred by all of you. Now, this is my question. And please start applying on this. Okay. Fine. So there is a tough competition, I can say, between Bata and Nike. But there are students who like the other shoe brands like Adidas, Puma, Liberty. Fine. So Nike and Bata, the tough competition. Interesting, very interesting. Okay. So, okay, my now last question. I prefer vegetarian diet, non-vegetarian diet, and vegan. You can see the this is like a timeline. You can see the number of respondents who prefer the non-vegetarian diet, and the number is maximum 4.6. This is out of 5. This is the weightage. Vegetarian diet 1.8 and vegan diet is 1.5. So this is the preferences that you can see. Now, I don't know, organizers, can I interact with the students or shall I continue my presentation?
Ma'am, the thing is that teachers have joined in using the laptops and it is getting screened in the class. So because of that, students
Okay,
will
okay.
not be able
No,
to
no,
interact.
no problem. So I'll go with my presentation only. Now, can you see my screen again?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, it's visible now. So since you have, I thank you all of you for giving the responses, and this was one of the process that most of the companies, most of the marketing agents, you can say, or whenever they go for these companies who go for marketing. Now, whenever they take such decision based on this kind of survey, now this is the process of doing survey. and accordingly you can find there are the products in the market. So whenever you go or enter in the shop, and you will see the most of the nearby places, you will find that there are more production of chocolate ice creams as compared to the vanilla and other strawberry, butterscotch, mango, blackcurrant, because the demand and supply ratio always works. So this was kind of survey that most of the companies do, and that such type of things come in the market. They just don't come like that, and you will find that this is because of the preferences, because of the liking, because of the public demand, the production takes place. Otherwise, it will be a waste. Same thing with the shoes brand, same thing with the kind of food that is, or you can see the hotels, or you can see the even the shops, the food that is more preferable. I mean, as the public wants, or people who are more preferring kind of food, such type of products are always made available in the market. So this is the kind of survey, and this is nothing but even if you go by taxi or even Ola, or maybe any Uber or any app that you are using. So you can see that they when before going for the next booking, they ask you the rating about the driver. Why? Because they want to know what kind of choice the public is, or the customers that they want, and whether they are happy, not happy, or if they have any issue, then what are the various options are given. Why if you don't rate 5, or if you don't rate above 4, probably, then this kind of again options comes that right related. Then we may complain. You may give about the driver issue. You may complain about the various payment issues and all those things. And so many options are made available. And sometimes other than these options, you go on giving the rate about your ride. So this is constant survey is going on, knowingly or unknowingly. Your likings and dislikings, every time you are being monitored, you are being tested, and then the services. This is a feedback to the companies, and they make the improvement in their services. So similarly, constantly all these companies or all these such things are happening in the market. Such kind of surveys are being done. Such kind of data is being collected. This is known as the data, as you are responding, and this is the data. Now, for example, whatever the 3 questions initially I started, it was a data for me, that this is the survey that I have done, quick survey that I have done. And I got the preferences that most of the students love chocolates. Most of the teachers, most of the students like the shoes. They prefer the shoes or Bata or the Nike, and from the St. Andrews College. And probably I may give this information to you, or even to the canteen service, that please keep the more chocolate ice creams and keep more non-veg food in the canteen, and you will there will be a great sale in that comparison. Similarly, any kind of survey if I want to do, I will any kind of improvement I want to make in the school, in the colleges, in the whatever you may say, in the admission process, or maybe examination process, I will conduct quick survey nowadays. Because of the Google link, it is quite possible, and I will circulate that question, and I will get feedback, and I can go on those services. So mobile companies are there, or any customer services are there. They may have this kind of rating scale. One strongly agree, mildly agree, neutral, mildly agree, strongly agree, disagree, and all those things. Then the customer services representatives was knowledgeable. They ask quickly whether 5-point rating, or sometimes these emojis are there. Okay, so if I would have given you these emojis, it's one of my favorites. I really like it. It's okay. Suppose any ice cream or any food or something kind of things, then I may use these emojis also to give the responses. There are McDonald's and companies, they also do the customer satisfaction survey. That is, so if you observe keenly, constantly the research, the feedback is collected from the customers. Customer is considered as the most important person, or most important, I would say, factor in this entire in the marketing process. And customer satisfaction is considered as one of the quality parameters in the whenever any company wants to improve. Okay, any company wants to excel in their in their revenue, in their whatever they are collecting the revenue or whatever, they want to prove that since they are the best. So, and this is only happening through such kind of surveys. Career options, then kind of colleges also that are available in the market based on the career options. Most of the students who go for science, they go for engineering. Most of the students who go for maths, commerce, they go for the finance. And so these are the career options, and you will see the multiple colleges are available also accordingly. Then there are, so all over India, such kind of survey has been done. What percentage of population eats vegetarian food only? And all over the India, so many states are there, 29 states are there, and they are giving their preferences. And you can see to the right hand side, there are people who are preferring non-veg, and you can see the belt or the coastal area, people who both prefer, if you see the eastern coastal area, people love to have the non-veg, non-vegetarian food because of the availability of such kind of for species or fish and all those things. So probably there is a higher percentage. But if you see to this Rajasthan and all this side, there is no availability of so many options. So they are more towards they are preferring more towards the vegetarian. So you can see in this area, you will find there are 56% who are the vegetarian in the Rajasthan, if you see the state. So these surveys help to, again, companies to do the production and sell their food items. Now we can see in the market shop, such kind of things, options are available, and you will prefer whatever the donuts or McDonald's or burgers or whatever it may be, pizzas and all, demand and supply. So today's session, we are going to understand what is data, what are the tools for data collection, and what is sample. So data, as I told you, whatever the responses that you have given, that is data for me. Okay, at present, that is the data for me. So similarly, whenever you respond any questionnaire, that becomes the data for the particular person. Now, since you will be in the field project and will be conducting some surveys or seminar, research projects, you will need the data, and that the data is very important for you. So let us understand the definition of data. What is data and what is data collection? So data is nothing but the information that we collect to learn something. Okay, and data and data collection, it show how we gather the information. So data is basically simple information. Okay, right now I have simple information that you have the preference for the chocolate ice creams, followed by the vanilla, followed by the strawberry, and then mango flavor, and all those things. So that is the data for me. Now, what to do with this data? That's my the entire decision, because whatever my research objective is, my data should match with this research objective. So I will collect the data, whatever the research objectives that I am having in my mind. Based on that, I will collect the data. I will not gather any nonsense information which is not relevant for my research or which is not relevant for my survey purpose or any field project. I will collect only that data which is relevant for my research purpose or field project purpose, and I will move accordingly. So I need to be very careful what data I'm doing, what is the data I need, and what kind of data collection, that is how I'm gathering the information. So what is the reason that why do we collect the data? Very firstly, we collect the data to solve the problems, okay, to make the decisions. Thirdly, to know what people think, okay, and lastly, to improve. As I told you, constantly telling whether it's a taxi service app, whether it's a shoe production, or whether it's a chocolate production, ice cream production, or whether it's a vegetarian or non-vegetarian would be provided in the canteens. I will try to solve the problem and I will try to improve into it. So I am ready to take the decision based on the data that I am doing, and I will come to know the mindset of the students, mindset of the teenagers, mindset of the people, that what do they want to know. So to know what people think, to know what the St. Andrews children think, to know what St. Andrews children or students prefer in their eating items, okay, or wearing items. I have not gathered all the information related to the clothes and all these brands, but only restricted with these three questions, because That is sufficient to understand for me right now. I don't want any other related information. So this is my way of solving the problem and way to improve my entire or way to take the decision on entire based on the data. So that is the reason we collect the data. We don't collect the data just for nothing. Okay, we collect the data only whenever we have a purpose. We collect the data only if we need to improve. Okay, so keep in mind whenever you are conducting the field projects, please collect the data which is relevant for your research purpose. Anything which is not relevant, anything if you collect, if you just want to, if you are doing the research on probably achievement of the students in St. Andrews College, and if you are collecting their information of what do you like ice creams, that is not relevant. Okay, you are focusing on their improvement in their examination, in their achievements in various papers, various papers or courses that are there in the syllabus. And if you collect the data that which brand do you wear, clothes brand do you like, or which shoes that you prefer, that is not relevant. I don't want to improve. I don't need that information. So I will collect the data only relevant to my field project. Remember that student research seminar, whenever students are conducting field projects, collect the data relevant to your objectives. So define your objectives and then start preparing your data collection tools. Now, what are the various methods of collecting the data? Okay, relevant information. So I may have just now whatever the first three questions that you responded, that is simple a questionnaire. Okay, that is the way of collecting the data. Ask questions, get response. I am giving a multiple choice questions and done, finish. So that is one of the methods of data collection. So first is survey. Rate your favorite social media app. Suppose this is kind of survey if I want to conduct. Then I will give you the number of name list of the apps and then you will respond to it. Then I may probe more. What is the if you choose, suppose now in your case, I have collected you have chosen the chocolate is your most favorite flavor. So I may go on probing what is so good about the chocolate flavor. Why do you like the most? Okay, why the question elements will go on in the details of it. And then I will try to see, if required, I may go for your interviews. Why do you like Baba the chocolate flavor only? Why other flavors are not preferable? Then you may give whatever the answers that will give you, but I will record it. I will see to that. Okay, suppose I want to know the exam stress. Interviewing friends about the exam stress. I will go on interviewing what is making you stressful. Okay, some of the children have maths anxiety. So what are the things that I make anxious to appear for the maths paper? Okay, so these are the I am giving maths because most of the students have this maths phobia, number phobia, and so on, so many things. Probably they are scared of it, they don't like the subject because they are disinterested in learning more mathematics. Maybe multiple factors are there where the children don't like maths and their achievement is not good in the maths. That's why I'm giving the example of maths. But it may be any subject, it's not that. But overall, some students have exam stress, otherwise they are okay. But whenever the exam comes, they feel they are very much nervous. They go into the they find it very stressful. They may have the palpitation. They may have the muscle paining and whatnot. They may have stomach ache. They may feel nauseatic during those days because of the stress. All these symptoms are visible, and that is quite obvious. But if I want to improve on that, if I want to remove that factor from your mind, I need to conduct the interview. So interview becomes one of the methods of data collection. Thirdly, observation. Okay, you may watch how many students read notice boards. If this is the observation I want to conduct, then how I will go for that? I will prepare an observation schedule. So observation is one of the methods of data collection, and the tool that is known as observation schedule, which I will use that how many students read notice board daily. I may use CCTV, I may use a personal researcher for that. I may ask the teachers to give the feedback on that. I may do it in multiple ways. But I want to know the percentage of students who are reading the notice board. Nowadays, you don't read notice board, but you definitely see the your mobile apps. So probably The teachers are more smart. The principals are more smart. They may give the notice instead of putting on the notice board. They may circulate in on your WhatsApp groups. So chances are that you might be reading it. So this is based on the observation that teenagers or the students who are in the degree college are not reading notice board on a regular basis. So how will I make them to read on a notice board? So now, based on that observation, I have used a different mode for giving instead of notice board. I am using some different mode of communications, and I will ensure that everybody is doing that. Third way of collecting the data, that is experiments. Okay, experiments maybe try and record the results. Okay, I may suppose I want to improve in my teaching teaching methodology. Okay, so I will use some of the method. I will design the module for you, and I will see to that whether there is a difference in your achievement or not. So I am conducting an experiment on human beings. I'm not conducting experiment in the lab, but I am create such an environment which will where my students will be the respondents. They will be like treated like they will be my goal. What you can say, they are my objectives, okay, and objects, and I will see to that. I want to see that there should be improvement in their achievement. I want them to improve their exams phase. So I will design such a module for them. It will involve workshops, it will involve some more seminars, it may involve multiple things, and overall I want to see the effect that the students are slowly are not getting stressed because of the exam, or whatever the model which I have designed, making the difference in their achievement also. So this is the experiment. That is also one of the methods of data collection. Then I will have a focus group where I will conduct a discussion on college cafeteria food. Okay, I may conduct the discussion. I will select only few students who may be more passionate about it, or who may be very actively participate in the discussion. I will choose such group, and I will focus on that particular group of students, and I will see to that the fruitful discussions is taking place and giving you the solution. This is also one of the methods of data collection. And lastly, using this existing data. For example, the data which I have collected right now. So how will I use this existing data? That is also one of the methods of data collection. So with that, we will move to using existing data. That is a secondary source. So existing data could be government records. Okay, it could be research publication and research repositories. For example, you are not the first person who is conducting the research. Okay, prior to you, there are many students who have conducted the researches. I will read those research publications. I will read those theses. I will go on websites, and I will find there are lots of websites who are giving me the research. Nowadays, you may even the ChatGPT or the Gemini, they are giving you the entire research publication on the topic that you have decided. So I will read these repositories. I will read this use this research data for my to add the knowledge in my existing field project. There could be financial statements, there could be sales reports, there could be retailer and distributor feedback. So it varies from the area where you are conducting the field project. It could be the customer personal information, the name, address, age, and contact information. It could be the educational institution, it could be the internet. And I will use the data for my research purpose, for my field project purpose. Okay. Let us understand the meaning of tools and how the data is collected. So ways we collect the data. So tools of painter are like brush or pencils or sketch pens or the colors. These are the tools of a painter. Similarly, there are tools of a doctor, which are like, you can see the stethoscope is there, the Caesar is there, the scalpels are there, then the BP machine is there, and all these things are there. Then the tools of teachers, all of us, we know very well whatever the tools that teachers are using, and they are using the chalkboard, they are using smart boards, they are using some, if they are the math teacher, they are using the geometric picture to geometric box. Then the globes are there, then various other things are there where the nowadays because of then technological advancement, the teachers are more creative and they are using different tools. Then tools of a mason who is using all these tools in their for their purpose. Okay. Similarly, plumber is using different tools, the carpenter is using different tools. So now the researcher also uses tools. Researchers use the tools to collect the data, and one of them is already, as I discussed earlier, that is known as a questionnaires or quiz. Okay, so ask people questions written or online and collect the data. So this becomes questionnaire becomes the tool of a researcher. Okay. Secondly, the interview schedule, because that is, since it is one of the methods of data collection, so I may have an interview as a method, and for that I will prepare interview schedule. जैसे रिपोर्टर्स होते हैं वो इंटरव्यूज लेते हैं कोई सेलिब्रिटीज के, या वो पहले क्वेश्चंस तैयार करके रखते हैं, सो दैट बिकम्स देयर शेड्यूल. ऐसे ही जाके फटाफट क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछते, बहुत पढ़ाई की रहती है, दे स्टडी अ लॉट, they from that their personal background they collect the right questions to be asked, so that becomes an interview schedule, but it is face to face. Sometimes nowadays it is online also, but it is one-to-one conversation. Fine. So in the interview, it is little time-consuming process for collecting the data, but interview schedule is considered as one of the good tools of data collection. Okay, so you need to prepare interview schedule. It may have only 3-4 questions. No problem. Just create interview schedule and ask questions and collect the information. But whenever, as I told you, the news reporters and when they interview the celebrities or maybe public also, in their mind they already always prepare the interview schedule and which questions to be asked from which I get the apt answer, the correct answer, the precise answer. Okay, if they don't get the precise answer, they go on probing. पूछते जाते हैं इतना डिटेल में पूछते हैं कि finally they get the answer for it. They respond to that question in such a way that it is the right answer, or this is the answer that you require. So you need to prepare interview schedule. Similarly, you need to prepare observation schedule. There are nowadays rubrics which are prepared, and if your students are not reading the notice board, so you first watch them, you record them, and then you write the solution on it. But for that you prepare the observation schedule. Then there is a checklist. It's list of specific actions, observations, or requirements that are either present or absent. Okay, the checklist, the students are coming on time, yes or no? No. Yes or no. So only 2 options are there. Students are regularly studying, yes or no. Students are reading the notice board, yes or no. So these are the checklists. Okay, whether they are present, not present, they are coming on time, they are eating, their eating habits are good, they are eating regular food, they are vegetarian, not. So these are the checklists, yes or no. Something that we can prepare, which is easy. Okay, easy to collect the data. The next is opinionaire or attitude skills. I want to know your opinion about the अभी वो जंतर मंतर पे इतना बड़ा you have, all of you have watched that, the whole scene. Okay, whole entire things, which is it's all youths. Okay, all teenagers were there, and the media wanted to know their opinion about it. So you may prepare a proper opinionaire about that, or attitude scale to know the opinions about the people, to know the attitude about it, to know about the beliefs about specific topic or an issue, the opinionaire and attitude scale. So there is a difference between a questionnaire and the opinionaires. In the questionnaire, I don't want to know your attitude or something like that. I just want to know what is your opinion or attitude towards a particular issue. Fine. So I will design the questions accordingly. Then there are inventories. Now inventories are like, it is also a tool of data collection where you are talking about the terms like personal traits, interests, characteristics, or properties, where I want to know your usually the maybe your anger. How do you manage your anger? Now I can't, or how do your thinking process, if I want to know, which I can't see. Just looking at you, I can't see your thinking process or thinking style or learning style. So I will prepare an inventory. Okay, I want to know the interest in a particular subject. So from face, I can't come to know, and this is a trait which cannot be exhibited, cannot be seen. So that is why it is known as the inventories. It is an intangible item, mostly the personality traits. Okay, so these traits which are intangible, we use inventories. Then there are focus groups, small group discussions are there, and they are also prepared, and these are the tools of a researcher or surveyor in the data collection. So these are some examples related to health and wellness survey, and there are student question of for transition planning. Okay, then I will collect the general information, self-awareness, goals and interests. If a hospital wants to know the, or in general nutrition wants to know the health and wellness service, I will ask about the questions on health, physical health, mental health, social health, because WHO has designed a healthy person on these parameters: physical health, mental health. WHO is, that is the World Health Organization, and social health. Okay, so only healthy in physical or daily regular diet is not sufficient. Even you should be mentally or emotionally strong, as well as social health. That is how you are socially intelligent, how you interact with your friends, you interact with your family members, interact in general in your society. That is studied. That is about the survey about the, or the survey using questionnaire about the physical health, mental and social health. This is the student questionnaire for transition planning. So I want to know your goals and interests. You want which career you want to choose, and I will conduct a survey. I will decide the topic and I will conduct the survey. Similarly, some student job interview questions are there. Okay. So this is a questionnaire properly prepared, and you have to answer in the, not in with the help of MCQs. Okay, there is not multiple choice questions, but you will have to write about. Here you can see the rubric is there. Okay, rubric is prepared where there are categories and there are levels. So I completed my work. Some of my work is incomplete. I did not complete my work. So you can see the emojis are also accordingly. My work done is correctly. Some of my work is done incorrectly, and so on. So these are the levels. Work is done, but it is not correctly. Work is not done, completely not done, partially done. I will see the status using the rubric. So rubric is one of the tools. And kitchen safety checklist. These are the checklist. Yes, no type. Okay. Yes, no. Do you have a smoke detector located in the kitchen? Yes or no. Are appliances plug and cards are in a good condition? Yes or no. Are the cards of appliances not damaging or lying across traffic areas? Something I would not want to know, so I will collect. Then this is an opinionaire where the scale is there: strongly agree, uncertain, disagree, and strongly disagree. Knows the subject well. The lecturer knows the subject well, is enthusiastic about teaching, shows concern for students, makes others. So I will prepare this scale, and I will, on the continuum, I will measure about the lecturers, all these traits, and what the students feel about the question. What is the students' opinion about a particular teacher? Then next, there are inventories where I want to know the reading habits, which I can't see on your face. So I will use this inventory. What is something you dislike about reading? What is your favorite book and all those things? And I will know more about it in depth in it. What is a focus group? A group of people are formed. Discussion for a particular topic is initiated. In-depth quantitative feedback is recorded, used in marketing, media, and discussion of controversial problems. So the problems with data collection, people may lie. Okay, data might be missing or distorted. Sometimes people don't like to give the right opinion, so they give you wrong answers according to, and they mislead you. So that data is not too much reliable, and it is very time-consuming process. It takes lots of time. Okay, so one small piece. So first one is I have not prepared the Mentimeter for this. So you may write in your answers in the chat box. We'll see which data collection tool is most appropriate for studying students' classroom behavior, and you may use the chat box, or if you know the correct answer, I don't know.
Dear teachers, requesting you to please write the students' answers in the chat box. Thank you so much.
If I want to study the students' classroom behavior, which of these data collection tool I will use?
Ma'am, the ma'am has written on the chart A option. The students in her class have told her the A option, ma'am.
Okay. So any other answer? And wait, C. Okay. Correct. So C is the correct answer, I would say, because the teachers is always not constantly take the question, and sometimes she can use observation schedule. It could be remotely, it could be on the spot, it could be when she's when she's in the classroom. Okay, so observation schedule can be definitely most appropriate answer, I would say. Okay, the next question: which data collection tool allows the researcher to collect the detailed qualitative information directly from the participants? Qualitative means not numbers. Okay, that the numbers which is I just want to see the I want to know the information which is directly from the if I want to use which I will use, whether checklist, achievement test, questionnaire or interview. Questionnaire, okay. Interview, okay. In this question, for this particular question, the answer D is correct. That is interview schedule. Interview. Because I am going to ask you the question where I will give you, I may do it's a recording, maybe on the mobile phone, or I may just write down the points and then I will analyze. Okay. So interview is the most appropriate answer. So let us move to the next part of it. That is what are the various types of sampling? Now, what do you mean by sampling? Let us understand here. These are some examples, and nowadays we are very much aware about all these things. And the sampling, now you can see the first image where the person might have gone to the rails shop and wants to see whether this rice or this grain, which is there is of good quality or not good quality, should I choose for it? So, and he's just putting his hand in the grain of the sack of grain and looking at these grains, he's deciding its outward look, you can see, deciding its selection. Okay, but he's not checking the entire sack. Now here also you can see the pure milk and adulterated milk, and some samples are taken and its testing has been done and decided whether this company milk product is good and this is not good, this is more adulterated and so on. So here also you can see, you can just pick up few of them outside. In the third image you can see lots of chips and the what you can see time pass food, okay, that you want to eat, some kurkure and what is not there, then Lay's is there and all those things are there, and you just go pick it up without or just whatever you like, you just pick up randomly. Okay, you may not have some intention. Now that is nothing but these are the methods of this is all known as the sampling. You are not testing each and everything. Okay, now first image, second image, or third image, you are not picking everything, but you are choosing some of them. So that is known as the process of sampling. Sampling is nothing but the choosing or selecting a few people, objects, or things to represent the whole group. Okay, it is the key word in this sampling is the representative. Now I have chosen the first question. Let us come back to the first question. Which flavor that you like in the ice creams? This is just so you are not the you 150 students are not representing the whole college. You are just representing sorry, you are not the, I mean, 150 students, not the entire college, but you are representing the college, and that is enough for me to decide which ice cream flavor the St. Andrew students like. Enough, because the percentage of students are there as compared to the whole number of students in the college. That is sufficient for me to understand your likings, your preferences, or whatever that I want to select. So represent is the key word whenever we talk about the sampling. Representation for the whole group is nothing but the sample. So choosing or selecting a few people or objects or things to represent the whole group is nothing but the sampling. Okay. This is the simplest the definition of what do we mean by sampling. Okay, so let us move to the next slide. Why sampling is it? Now, why sampling it saves the times and effort. I am not going to, maybe in your degree college there might be more than 1,000 number of students. I don't have so much time to know what each and every student is liking about the chocolates or shoe brand or the kind of food. I don't want to know. For me right now, only 150 students are more than sufficient. So it has saved my time as well as my efforts. We can't go on asking each and everyone. Now, for example, country like India, 140 crores, more than 140 crores population is there. I can't just access in my whole life these number of people. So 140, so I am not going to move to each and every person and ask the concerned question. I will select the representative states in that some cities, and from that cities some suburbs. That's all. Okay, so nice. If I want to know the opinion about 11th standard students or maybe degree college students, I'm not going to know each and every state. Then I will decide the criteria to select the sample. And for why sampling is required for fair and just selection, you are giving justice and fair enough to decide ki, okay, this much is sufficient. So that is the fair and just selection. So still it gives the good results if done rightly. Now the method of conducting sampling technique, if you conduct the sampling or the technique sampling sampling process in a correct way, you will get the good results if done rightly. Otherwise, you will not get the representative group. You will not understand the whole trend of, for example, if I want to conduct the degree opinion preferences of all the degree college students from Mumbai. So I will not go each and every college of Mumbai. I will select few colleges, some of from suburb area, some of them from the edit city area, South Bombay, some of from the North Bombay, and some of maybe from the central area, I mean the mid of Mumbai. Or ward wise, I will go and I will see to that these degree college students, and few of them I will choose and I will get the sample. So this will help me to give the right results. Okay, whether which area students prefer which kind of chocolates, ice creams, that I may come to know probably. Okay, so sampling is the process of selecting observations or a sample to provide an adequate description and inferences of the population. So this helps me to take a decision sampling technique, this process, and the target population. Suppose this is the whole population of your St. Andrews College. I will choose few students from that. They become my sample. It is as simple as that to understand. सबको लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसमें से थोड़ा सा ले लो और उनके बाद उनकी सोच को सोचो, उनके सोच का आप एनालिसिस करो, फिर मुझे समझ में आएगा कि सेंट एंड्रूज के बच्चे क्या सोचते हैं, उनकी थिंकिंग स्टाइल क्या है, उनकी लर्निंग स्टाइल क्या है, उनके इंटरेस्ट क्या है, ओके, उनको कहाँ पे उनका करियर ऑप्शंस क्या है. ये सफिशिएंट है मुझे समझने के लिए. ये बस आउट ऑफ 1000 स्टूडेंट्स if 150 are giving the answers, sufficient. The sampling is the process of, again let me repeat the definition, it is the process, okay, it is the process, it is a systematic process, I will say, of selecting observations to provide an adequate description. मुझे आपके ग्रुप के कॉलेज के बारे में समझ में आया और वो सफिशिएंट है मुझे जनरलाइज करने के लिए. इन्फरेंसेस मीन जैसे हम लोग कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं तो उसका निष्कर्ष निकालते हैं, उसका अनुमान निकालते हैं, उसका रिजल्ट उसका एंड इंटरप्रेट करते हैं, तो उसको बोलते हैं that entire thing is nothing but inference. उसका रिजल्ट क्या है? So that is the inferences about the population. तो अगर मुझे आपके प्रिंसिपल को जाके बताना है कि बच्चों को क्या अच्छा लगता है खाने पीने में, तो मैं ये रिपोर्ट दे दूंगी. Enough to understand. This is my inference. So enough to understand the principle of your college कि आपके कैंटीन में ये चीजें रखो, बहुत सेल हो जाएगी. Okay. So that is a simple process of conducting the survey. Now there are types of sampling. Okay, the random sampling, the systematic sampling, stratified sampling, and convenience sampling. Okay, ये सब sampling के methods है. Some of them are we will see one by one. What are they? So the types of sampling: simple random sampling, systematic. So some of them are probability sampling, and some of them are non-probability sampling. Now, since you are the students of maybe FY, SY, you might be aware of the word probability and non-probability. Now, what is probability? Probability आपने आपको मालूम है probability is the kind of the what you can say probable answer or probability would be the more systematically how randomly you are choosing something and what are the chance of getting being selected. That is the probability. Okay, and then you draw inference कि 10 minute में ये number की बस आ जाती है. If I am standing on the bus stop at Bandra station, 214 is the bus who comes whose frequency is good because the chances of coming or occurrence is higher in that particular bus. So 214 or if I compare 214 or 221 or which is that bus? The buses which come from 211, I will see the probability. Okay, so probability is nothing but every member has every chance and every time being getting selected. So that is the probability sampling. Sorry. It is a technique in which every member of a population has known an equal chance of being selected. Okay, जैसे आपने शॉप में जाते हैं, ग्रेन के शॉप में जाते हैं और रैंडमली आप हाथ में कोई भी ग्रेन पकड़ते हैं तो वो हो गया प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग बिकॉज और सिंपल रैंडम सैम्पलिंग बिकॉज एवरी ग्रेन और एवरी मॉलिक्यूल हैज इक्वल चांस ऑफ बीइंग सिलेक्टेड. ओके, इसमें कोई टारगेट नहीं है. So that is the probability sampling. So define the target population, create a sampling frame, use a random procedure for selection and get a sample that represents the population. So this is the probability sampling and it is why it is useful because it reduces bias. It is more accurate results. It gives more accurate results. It allows estimation of sampling error. The findings can be generalized to the population. Okay. So उसके जो भी फाइंडिंग्स मिलते हैं वो मैं जनरलाइज कर सकती हूँ. जैसे मैं आई एम कमिंग अगेन एंड अगेन टू योर फर्स्ट 3 क्वेश्चंस बिकॉज दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी व्हाइल गिविंग यू द एग्जाम. So there are types of probability sampling. I will quickly move on these. The simple random sampling, जैसे ये डाइस है, आप अच्छी तरह से आपने खेला होगा, सांप सीढ़ी या जो भी और कौन से गेम होते हैं, या लूडो होता है. So probability of getting number 1 at the top, number 2 at the top, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top is again simple. It is it has equal chance of getting selected. Or you flip the coin, simple, heads or tails. So every time it is a chance of whether head or tail, equal chance is there. So usually we say 50-50%. यहाँ पे 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. So every member has an equal chance of selection. Selection is done purely by chance. So using lottery method, random number table or computer generated randoms to be selected. So there are various again methods of simple random sampling. The best is the जैसे आप ग्रेन कोई भी बनिए के शॉप में जाते हैं और कोई भी ग्रेन सिलेक्ट करते हैं तो that is nothing but the random selection. Then there is a systematic sample. अभी आपके कॉलेज में तो इतने सारे बच्चे हैं, सबको तो मैं रैंडमली सिलेक्ट नहीं कर सकती हूँ, तो मैं थोड़ा अलग टेक्निक यूज करूंगी, लेकिन वो भी प्रोबेबिलिटी सबका इक्वल चांस गेटिंग सिलेक्टेड इज आई विल एंश्योर दैट every student of this college will be selected in my sampling. तो मैं क्या करूंगी, एक 100 स्टूडेंट्स की लिस्ट बनाऊंगी and I will decide if k is equal to 4, the random start is 2, then select second, 6th, 10, 14. So every fourth student will be selected. I will start from 2. Okay, then there will be the next will be 6 and all such. So this is also random selection. कोई चुनौती नहीं है, कोई deliberate attempt नहीं है. The third is stratified random sampling. Okay, sorry. Now stratified random sampling में क्या करूंगी अभी, again let me come back to your college. So there are so many courses, there are so many number of programs, there are so many number of students, there are so many divisions. So I will prepare the strata. Now this is third is stratified random sampling. तो मुझे random sampling ही यूज करना है, लेकिन थोड़ा सिस्टमेटिकली अगर जाना है तो मैं स्टेटस डिसाइड करूंगी. इतने ए पॉपुलेशन में से मैं कुछ FY के बच्चे, SY के बच्चे, TY के बच्चे, फिर कोई दूसरे डिग्री कॉलेज के बच्चे, सॉरी FY SY, फिर और मे बी कॉमर्स, साइंस, आर्ट्स, मैनेजमेंट, ऐसे बच्चे करके उसमें से सम स्टूडेंट आई विल सिलेक्ट सम स्टूडेंट. तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव विल बी मोर systematic and chances for from each course the students for being selected will be higher, and it will give me the good representation of your college. So I will divide the students into streams arts, commerce, science, and randomly select the students from each stream proportionately. Okay, हर student हर strata से में I will take 10 students and it will give the more representation of your college. Then there is a cluster sampling. Sorry, cluster may be random है, लेकिन what I will do, the population is divided into natural groups. I will make some clusters, and some clusters are selected randomly, all members are selected. For example, suppose I want to choose a family member students, जो ऐसी families choose करने जिसमें only तीन ही लोग हैं, parents and one child. So ऐसे मैं आइडेंटिफाई करूंगी आपके कॉलेज से, और उसमें से रैंडमली पूरी फैमिली उठाऊंगी. दैट इज द क्लस्टर. ओके, सो हर क्लस्टर में मुझे ये 3 मेंबर्स आने ही चाहिए, बच्चा और माँ बाप. ओके, अ चाइल्ड एंड हिज पेरेंट्स. सो आई विल सिलेक्ट द क्लस्टर्स. क्लस्टर में से रैंडमली आई विल सिलेक्ट ईच क्लस्टर. So randomly select 3 schools from 10 schools and include all students from 3 schools in this. So that could be the one of the cluster sampling. So the probability sampling, the advantages are high level of accuracy, it minimizes sampling bias, results are reliable, allows estimation of sampling error, and findings can be generalized to the population. यहाँ पे कोई bias नहीं है, कोई चुन के नहीं सिलेक्शन हो रहा है, जो भी है वो fair and just है, सबको इक्वल जस्टिस दिया है और स्टूडेंट्स सर्वे किया है. तो यहाँ पे कोई मुझे किसी को मैं जानती नहीं हूँ और मैंने रैंडम सिलेक्शन किया. Every member must have known, and so key points to remember: it requires complete sampling frame, needs more time, cost, and planning than non-probability sampling, and suitable for quantitative and larger scales. Where it is usually used in surveys and opinions, educational assessments, market research, health and social research, and government policy studies. So this probability sampling is used in these areas. The non-probability sampling, यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ा bias हो जाऊंगी, थोड़ा मैं criteria और stringent करूंगी, and I will see to that only I will do the survey on these students. For example, if I want to study the students who are challenged students, तो मैं randomly selection नहीं कर सकती हूँ. I will choose the students who are challenged. Okay, maybe physically challenged, maybe visually challenged, maybe ear challenged, hearing challenged. I will choose them and I will select only challenged students. So यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ा particularly, I will not say biased, but I will see that I want to use my maximum time for the better study. So I will go for non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling is a technical sample where the samples are selected by the researcher based on convenience, judgment, or specific purpose. The chance of selection is unknown. Okay. यहाँ पे random selection नहीं है. So I will define the target population, researcher uses judgment or specific criteria, select some members who seem suitable and collect the data from the selected sample. So it is easy and quick. फायदा क्या है? It is easy and quick, useful for exploratory studies, useful when population is large or not easily available, requires fewer resources and provide in-depth information. So researcher decides who will be included in the sample. Now here researcher is more biased, but not that biased, prejudiced type bias. I will, for my research purpose, I want to save my time, so I am including only those samples. That is my intention. Suppose I want to study the girls of St. Andrews College, so I will select girls of that particular age only. I will be make it more selective. I want to know their attitude towards education, towards career. तो मैं girls sample ही choose करूंगी. मैं random selection करके मेरा time waste नहीं करूंगी. Girls में से भी मुझे वही girls चाहिए, उसमें मैं decide करूंगी कि FY की होंगी, मैं commerce की होंगी या कोई particular program की होंगी. That I will decide based on my research purpose. So both the sampling methods are important. They are not that random probability sampling is better than non-probability से कुछ नहीं है. अपना research, our objectives, that helps us to decide the sampling technique. So there are types of non-probability sampling, the convenience sampling, the purposive sampling, the quota sampling, and the judgment sampling. So here the convenience sampling, selecting participants who are easily available and convenient for the research. For example, बैंड्रा में भी बहुत सारे colleges हैं, लेकिन मैं सिर्फ सेंट एंड्रूज में ही आऊंगी क्योंकि मैं प्रिंसिपल को जानती हूँ एंड शी इज गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन. तो मेरा कन्वीनियंटली मैंने वही आपका ही कॉलेज सिलेक्ट किया. सो दैट बिकम्स अ नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी बट कन्वीनियंट सैम्पल. सो सिलेक्टिंग पार्टिसिपेंट्स हु आर इजीली अवेलेबल. मुझे आप बाकी प्रिंसिपल्स को तो मैं जानती नहीं हूँ, तो मेरी आपकी प्रिंसिपल मुझे मदद करेंगी ये आपको रिसर्च में इन्वॉल्व करने के लिए. सो आई विल यूज दिस easily available. You might be easily available for me because of my because of I know about the college, I know about the environment in the college, and I know about the principal. So all these things, many things are involved. So surveying the students in your class or people in the shop room, that's all. Then purposive sampling, selecting participants who have specific characteristics or knowledge relevant to the study. So selecting experienced teachers to study the use of ICT in class. So I will select only those teachers who are more efficient in using ICT, who are more, who are the special, they have taken the special efforts to, or they are experts in ICT. I will select this. So that is again probability, non-probability sample. The quota sampling, selecting 100 males and 100 females from a city. So dividing the population into categories and selecting fixed number of from that is known as the quota from each category, not that quota that you are understanding about reservation. That is different. This is quota sampling, is a kind of type of sampling method. Then there is a judgment sampling. Mera instinct kya कहता है. That is also sometimes used. So researcher uses personal judgment to select the most suitable participants, selecting the best school in the districts for a case study. तो मैं सिर्फ आपके कॉलेज के बारे में ही स्टडी करूंगी कि because I know in Bandra, St. Andrews College has its own aura. I know the area, I know where the college is located, and I know the A+, the college has NAC A+ grade for so many years. Now it is moving for autonomous college. So I would like to know this about, I would like to know what is the good about this college, what are the best practices which are done in this college. So that is my judgment, and I will come to your college directly. Okay. So this is also one of the, not only because I know your principal or I know few teachers in your college, but I know because this is the best college going with the government's accreditation rating, that is NAC, and then I'm coming to your college. Okay. So that is judgment sampling. Probably I may go to the city, I will go to St. Xavier's, because that is the first autonomous college in Mumbai, where it has got the autonomy status. So I will move to that. What is the so good about St. Xavier's? I will go, I will study about that college. I will study on various parameters which are available to me, and then I will do my analysis. There is known as snowball sampling. Organizers, please tell me if the time is up. or 5 minutes are left or whatever? You just give me the, you may interrupt me.
There are 5 minutes more left.
Okay, so I'll quickly move about the type of sampling. So I will only talk about the snowball sampling. The snowball sampling is, for example, snowball आपने देखा है कैसे पहले छोटा सा गोला होता है, नीचे नीचे आ जाता है और बड़ा सा snowball बन जाता. Similarly, what researcher does. Now, for example, I don't go to North East area. I don't know many people in the North, but मेरे क्लास में एक लड़का है या लड़की है who is from Assam. तो मैं उसको बोलूंगी मुझे आसाम के लोगों का स्टडी करना है. You talk to your other friends who are Assamese and then get this information. Then tell these two students to get more friends who are again Assamese, and I would. So likewise, I will increase the number of participants who are belonging to Assam state, and I will conduct myself. Right now, suppose sometimes there are international students in our college. So I know only that student. So I will approach that student. I will ask him, तुम्हारे जितने भी सारे आपके कंट्री के जो लोग हैं उनकी इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे लिए लेके one by one. So he also is not knowing all the students, all his friends. So उसके तो 2 ही friends हैं. तो वो 2 friends को बोलेगा कि और 4 लोगों को लेके आओ और 4 लोगों को लेके आओ, ऐसे करके वो snowball sampling बढ़ जाता. So quickly I'll wind up with this. The other things are there, but they are not so much used probably. But snowball sampling, yes, definitely it can be used. So non-probability sampling, it is quick, easy and inexpensive, useful for exploratory research and can study heart-to-heart population. It provides rich and detailed information, flexible and practical. Chance of selection is unknown, its limitations are there, high risk of sampling bias and less representative of population and statistical error cannot be estimated. When to use, as I told you, I am giving you the examples when there is a population is large or unknown or I am not aware about them. I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have resources, so I will use this. For pilot or exploratory studies, I will go for this, and when in-depth understanding is required, for example, case study, a college or a particular thing, I will go for this kind of type of sample. So one more quiz or organizers, if you don't want me to conduct, just give me 1 minute, it will get over. So which sampling techniques give every member of population an equal chance of being selected? Yeah, answer is very simple. Sorry. Quickly, you can answer which sampling technique has, it gives every member of population getting selected, being selected. Okay, I will answer. Yes, no, it's not convenience sampling. Yes, C is the correct answer, simple random sampling. Okay, in a systematic survey sampling, after selecting a random starting point, the researcher selects. So every participant volunteers, every member of from one subgroup, every kth member of for the population list, and every participant available at the time. So systematic means I have made us one system and I'm selecting. So its answer is C. That in the system every kth member from the population. तो मैं हर चौथा बच्चा सिलेक्ट करूंगी, तो मैं हर 10वां बच्चा सिलेक्ट करूंगी. That is my system. Let's move, and I think I'm towards the end. Okay, I'll just move. So to summarize essential data collection tools, there are this also skip sampling strategy, probability and non-probability. Here, yeah. So rating scale, checklist, scorecard, probability versus non-probability. Sampling parameters are there. So let's recap. Data is nothing but the information. Tools means how we collect the data, and sampling is the representation. So good sampling leads to good data. It leads to good, better research and better decisions. So this ends with my presentation. Researcher is everywhere. Research is everywhere in games, colleges, trains, hotels, and shops in our day-to-day life. Ask the right people with the right tools to get the good answers. Each one of you can be a mini researcher, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an insightful session. If the students have any questions, they can directly give it to their class teachers, and all the questions will be forwarded to Ashwini, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll propose today's official vote of thanks. On behalf of St. Andrews College, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, for conducting such an insightful session on data collection tools and sampling as a part of a 7-day program. Ma'am, thank you for helping us understand the importance of selecting appropriate data collection tools and sampling techniques in research. Your practical insights into collecting reliable data, choosing suitable sampling methods have provided us with a strong foundation for conducting quality research, ma'am. I would also like to express my gratitude to our management for their constant support and our principal ma'am for encouraging initiatives that promote academic excellence and research skills. A special word of thanks to the organizing committee ensuring the smooth conduct of today's session. Finally, I would like to thank all faculty members and students for their participation. Once again, thank you, Ashwini ma'am, for your valuable time and guidance. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I wish best of luck to all the students, and they would be a good researchers in their future. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we are honored to learn from you and your expertise, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much for agreeing to be the resource person, ma'am.